Hello. Today we're going to work on how to register for classes at Maryville Junior High School as either a student or a parent helping a student. To start off, the process is very similar to how a student would check their grades online. If you're unfamiliar with how to do that, you'll start off by going to the Maryville Junior High School website, scrolling down the quick links to Online Grades Power School. When you click on that, it's going to pull up a page that looks like this as a place for username and password. The username and password is the same username and password that students use to log on to the network at school or onto school computers. So they're very familiar with this username and password. After they log in here, it's going to bring them to the page that they check their grades from. That page looks similar to this, except that the grades will be right here. And on this navigation bar on the left-hand side, there's a button that says Class Registration. When you click on Class Registration, it's going to pull up this page that says, Welcome to the Maryville Junior High School Class Registration System for 2015-2016. From here, this is the page that you're going to handle registration from. To start off, classes are ordered starting with English, Math, Science, Social Studies, required courses, and then electives. Next to each one of these, there's a pencil icon and a red exclamation point. Red exclamation points on the registration page means that there is something that you need to do to complete registration. So starting at the top with English, there's a red exclamation, so we're going to click on the pencil icon next to it. When we click on that, it's going to pull up this box that gives us a list of all of the available 8th grade English courses. However, only one of these English courses is going to have a checkbox next to it for us to select. The one that has a checkbox is the one that has been recommended for your student by their teacher. If you have any questions about that placement, on the right-hand side of this box, there will be a note that tells which teacher recommended the student for that class. But for the sake of registration, you'll have to select the one that has a checkbox next to it. This example is a sample student, so there haven't been any recommendations made. But when this comes up for your student, there should be a checkbox in one of these three areas that you'll just click on and then click OK. Once you've done that, if it's accepted it correctly, this red exclamation should turn into a green check mark. You'll continue that process going down to math. It'll work the same way. The only difference might be that in 9th grade, it's possible that some students may be recommended for 2 different math courses. If that's the case, then you can select one of those math courses or both. But that's a decision that's up to you and your student. After you make your selection, you'll click OK. Continue to Science and Social Studies the same way. Under required courses, there should already be a green check mark. Because required courses include wellness and computer apps or technology. Those are things that every student is enrolled with in the same level. So it's pre-selected for us. When you get to electives, you'll click the pencil icon, and it's going to give a list of all available electives for your student's grade. You'll go through, you're going to choose 2 electives. For the sake of this example, I'm going to pick art and band. And then we'll scroll to the bottom and click OK. And now we can see my red exclamation has turned to a green check. Now, the next box is for 8th grade alternates. What these are going to be are alternates for your elective in case you're not able to get into one or both of your electives because of class size or number of requests or something similar. So if I chose art and band to start with, for backups, I might want drama and orchestra. And I'll click OK. The next option is for 8th grade second music. Second music is for students who are in band or orchestra and want to have their music class every day instead of every other day on the A-B rotation. If you want to have that as a second class, you'll click on the pencil and pick whether it's band or orchestra that you want to have every day. And at that point, you should have a full list of green check marks. Like I said, this is a sample student, so we aren't able to select these, so we're not going to have those all show up green. But for you, after those are all green, your registration process is complete. From there, if there are any changes that need to be made, we're going to reopen the registration window one more time during the spring for changes to electives to be made. And we're also going to have an open window later in the spring to discuss any questions about placement if you feel that the wrong placement's been recommended for a certain course. As you're going through this process, if you ever have any questions, you can always check with the Maryville Junior High School Guidance Department. If you have a question about a specific course or a course level, like say the difference between English Honors and English CP, that's something that you can discuss with your child's teacher or with guidance as well. Thank you and have a nice day.